Hello everybody, I'm back with the most interesting topic, postcolonialism. This is a term related to literature. So without wasting our further time, let's go into the video. Postcolonialism. Let me clear the camera first. Wait. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'll change my place so that you can easily understand each and every word on the notes. So now it's time to start. Postcolonialism is a theory of interpreting, reading, and critiquing the cultural practice of colonialism, where it proposes that the exercise of colonial power is also the exercise of racial colonialism, and shows how the optic of race enabled colonial power to represent, reflect, refract, and make visible native cultures in a particular way. It begins with the assumption that colonial writing, art, legal system, science, and other social culture practices are always racialized and unequal, where the colonial dies the representation and the natives is represented. Opening moves. The first opening move is the imperial turn, Gandhi anti-colonial struggle, and the early post-colonialism. Post-colonial theory draws upon the key ideas and concepts developed in the anti-colonial struggle. The anti-colonial struggle in India was of very different nature from that on the other colonized nation. Gandhi's Satyagraha system of protest was a local and indigenous form of struggle that was based on a large area of non-violence. Passive resistance and personal discipline became the key models of struggle. Gandhi's genius was to embody subaltern agency and resistance, not in violence but in passivity, not in revolution but in moral position. It is that characteristic one of the most radical development in post-colonial thoughts. His early moves in the experiment in the anti-colonial struggle was really class struggle, peasant, working class resistance in Kheda and Bardoli. Ashish Nande, in his study of Gandhi's 1983, has persuasively argued that Gandhi developed a response to the there is a small insect also studying with us, developed a response to the ultra-masculine colonial. Gandhi did not offer a counter-masculinity. Instead, what he did was to propose a masculinity that also took into account a certain feminization. Gandhi spoke of the assimilation of culture. In Hindi, Swaraj, he declared the introduction of foreigners does not necessarily destroy the nation, they merge in it, the condition of India in 1909. Our second move is Frantz Fanon and the psychopathology of colonialism. Frantz Fanon has been an influential figure in the post-colonial theory. His The Wretch of the Earth, 1963, and The Little Black Skin, White Mask, in 1967, rank with some of the most influential texts in the 20th century. Fanon's insight into the psychology of colonial was simply this: when the colonial paints the native as evil, pagan, and primitive, over a period of time the native begin to accept this prejudiced and racialized view as true. As a result, the native comes to see himself as evil, pagan, and primitive. The black skin loses his sense of self and identity because he can only see himself through the eyes of white man. Fanon argued that for the natives, the term man itself begins to mean white man because he doesn't see himself as a man at all. A national culture is framed in three stages. The first stage is the native intellectual is under the influence of the colonial culture. In the second stage, the native discovered that he can never become truly white. And in the third stage, the native intellectual is truly anti-colonial. So this is the topic for today's video. I hope you understand each and every word and each and every statement, each and every concept, key idea that I give you and tell you about this topic. So let's review this again so that you can easily go through the topic. You can also take a screenshot from this and make your own notes. This may be quite easy for you to study and to learn this topic. So basically, post-colonialism is a key idea and it draws upon the key concept and ideas that develops in the anti-colonial struggle. The people who are fighting for their ideologies, who are fighting for their rights in that colonized nation, they all are described here and they all are the part of this movement known as postcolonialism. So thank you so much for your watching. Like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much once again.